Here's a video that I took of one of my day-long fishing trips after picking up 3 dozen shrimp and a package of frozen squid. Headed out, got on the water, go have a fun day of fishing. Let's take a look at it. I was kind of surprised when I arrived here that there was already a number of boats in the area. The tide was coming in and the fishing was good. I found a good spot to anchor up right over a hole, very close to a shallow flat area. And the fishing was quite good. had to chuckle to myself a little bit with this fish. I just recently found out that it's a pudding wife wrasse. On a previous fishing trip, a friend of my son's had caught one, and when I asked some friends for identification, they thought that it was a slippery dick, which is another type of wrasse that looks something similar as it gets to be an adult, but it obviously isn't. I did have to laugh a little bit. The tide turned and started running out, and I was starting to hear some action up in the mangroves. I couldn't see any, but I could definitely hear it. So I went up to the bow of the boat, grabbed another rod with an artificial lure on it, and as soon as I picked the rod up, 3 fish cut across that shallow and ran out of sight. Redfish, bonefish, I'm not sure what they were. Never saw them again. Was unable to attract any bites on the lure. I did see a couple of rays and a shark, so it was interesting watching what the activity was on that shallow area. Still hearing a lot of action up in the mangroves, I just wasn't seeing anything. Not having had any action on the bow of the boat with the artificial, I came back to the back end of the boat and continued fishing where I knew I could catch something, even if they are grunts and snappers. Still fun fishing. These fish were being caught on squid, cut squid strips. Seem to be just as effective, a little more cost effective than using shrimp. I was out there to have a good time. Didn't matter what I was catching. I was fishing, and it was fun. As the boat drifts back and forth, you can get a better idea as to how shallow this area was as the tide was dropping out. And where I was anchored was right next to a 12-foot hole and made a really nice area to fish. I could still hear action going on up in the mangroves. I could not see any of it. Couldn't see any fish finning, any splashing along the edges. But there was definitely action up there. And you can see as the boat drifts around, you can start to see where that water is getting deeper as it's coming into the center of the picture now. There was a nice area to fish, and I will definitely be going back there again. As it often is when you're fishing, you just don't want to quit. There's always that thought that on that next cast I'm going to pull that big one out of there. And with all that noise I kept hearing up in the mangroves, I really wanted to catch a redfish. But today wasn't my day. I did not bring one home. But I'll be back again, and on one of these trips I will pull a redfish out of there.